We're live.
Woo-hoo. All right.
There you go.
All right, folks, coming to you live from River Falls High School. Thanks for keeping it dialed in here on this chilly Tuesday evening. Jenna, when I got to work this morning, it was negative 16 degrees.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. That's cold.
Yeah. It's warm in the gym, though, folks, and hopefully it's warm at home for you. And we just figured out our laptop issues. Greg went to get another laptop, and we hope he comes back.
We do. We hope he finds his way
we're in the
back.
second half too. So, you know what I just realized too? I pulled up the volleyball thing. So I don't. So anyway, we'll change that between.
We got it, Westy.
Thank goodness we
we're
have the
good for
Godfather
JV.
with
I
us.
don't know. That
no
was.
Kidding.
I don't know how what. Well, this will take some serious looking at after this game tonight, but we got it on.
We got it on, and this is your JV conference basketball here. New Richmond Tigers versus the River Falls Wildcats. 15-12. Just started into the first half here. I think we had three third pointers.
We had a couple. Yep. We all know what you're trying to say, Melissa.
Three pointers by the Jalowitz, and then I think Vitt had one in the
Vitt
first
had one
half.
as well, yeah.
It was a little 3-point shootout, folks. So
it was.
Both good squads here, and our referees, Max Haskins and Gary Campbell, are doing a great job, as always.
So 15-12.
Props to them.
Not a lot of scoring.
No.
15:05 to go here in half number dos.
The second half.
I think in the first half it was probably 12-6 for about 8 minutes, it felt like. It
Yes.
felt like forever.
You probably were wondering I wasn't given updates in the chat. That's because there weren't any updates
We were stuck
to
there
give.
for a bit. But
So
not
yeah,
anymore.
no.
Second half, they're gonna drop.
Nice little crowd here tonight for this JV game. Imagine most of them will stay for varsity.
Well, let's call that a 15-14 game now at this point.
Yeah.
Something we talked about as we were just kind of casually watching and observing in the first half is normally this Wildcat JV squad is very patient and good with their shot selection.
Mm-hmm.
Not so much in the first half tonight.
Lots of forced shots kind of in the paint and around that area.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see as we keep going in here in the second half if that's something that they adjust here and show a little bit more patience. Something else that is definitely a characteristic of New Richmond is rebounds are coming down and they're right on you.
Yes. There I gave.
Hey, Matty Vitt for three.
Give Greg a shout out that we got it going here. But here he is. He just reappeared.
He did. He's hustling.
I'm glad he came back.
That's the way it goes.
For sure.
I got her. We got her going, Greg.
Oh, okay.
Just
now.
Just now. Yeah.
I don't know how I got into the back end of that thing, but I did. So whatever.
Thank goodness for your Godfather. We would have
I
sat
don't
here
know.
and twiddled our thumbs and thought,
no,
I guess we'll be sitting in the stands.
That's for a court mic, but we're not going
Okay.
to plug it in. Otherwise, we're going to get feedback because we have four
Okay.
mics plugged in
Thank
there.
you. I just
so,
wanted to make
yeah,
sure
yeah.
that
Hey,
everything was accounted for.
There's a loose end that's not plugged in. What's this
Like,
for?
I got to say something.
Right.
If you see something,
Say something. Right.
It's also our motto on the broadcast.
At the airport and the broadcast?
Yep, at the airport and the broadcast.
What
Yes.
are you talking about? I just got back.
I just saw this. I go, excuse me,
Yeah.
this isn't plugged
Yeah.
in.
No,
He
that's
said it's
for-
for the court mic, so we're
Yeah.
good. We're good.
if
Welcome
there's some
back,
late
Greg.
game heroics.
We shall see. Oh my gosh, I was watching clips of Johnny Carson last night before I went to bed.
Wasn't he funny?
I was laughing so loud, and Cheyenne goes, "What are you laughing about?"
Just a good old-fashioned wholesome humor.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
gosh,
you
it
know
was
what?
funny.
My parents' bedroom was right next to mine, and they had a little TV in there. You know, a little one.
Yeah.
I grew up on a farm, and just this tiny little TV, and my dad would watch it before he went to bed, and he
Yes.
would laugh.
Oh, I remember my dad laughing too. I could
Right?
hear him. Oh my gosh, they love that. My mom and dad love that
I
show.
love Johnny Carson,
And
too.
then that was me last night. Cheyenne listening to me laugh before I went to bed. It was kind of nostalgic.
Where
Yeah.
did you find the clips, Melissa?
YouTube. Because I was watching the Memorial game for a little bit. And then from Friday, and then I turned over to Johnny Casson.
Look at Maggie Johnson
Ooh,
go
showed
down
some speed.
all the way down the lane.
Holy moly, is she
Yeah,
quick.
there's some good stuff on there. Karnak. I always like Karnak.
Oh, yeah.
Why is water wet? Let me see.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And then he'd have a joke to go with it.
Plus, he was sidled with Ed McMahon, too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who
Oh,
just
he
do
was,
the-
I don't know.
Yes!
You are correct, sir.
They were a good team.
They were a great team.
Well, speaking of teams,
It's kind of like you guys.
speaking of
team.
teams, we have
I mean, they got nothing
Kevin
on us.
Westhouse, the Godfather himself, subbing in for Justin Wilson, Melissa Wilson on
Well,
color commentator as well. Jenna Peters,
we did
your
open heart
director of photography.
we did absolute open heart surgery on this computer to get you.
Westy was talking us through it. He was saying all kinds of things that I did not understand, but we were just going to be
Was he
quiet and let him
talking
do his
to
work.
Was he talking to himself?
A
or-
lot. We were into authentication codes and back ends.
and the phone not getting the
phone
code, and then
codes
the
and
phone
The
got
cloud,
12 of
the,
them.
The satellite's
iClouds,
not talking
the
up.
satellite's not linking up in outer space. I don't know. We had all kinds of stuff.
Next stop, NASA, I think, for Westy.
NASA. For those of you who think this is like easy, like just flip a switch.
no.
No.
Westy, I'm telling you, I know this is all volunteer, and we don't make a dime doing it. But if somebody
fun.
wanted to make a dime or a lot of dimes, I'm telling you, if they could develop some software that was just plug and play, hit record,
It's
hit
not.
hit go,
Yeah,
you would
yeah.
make $1 million.
It'll happen in 30 years. It ain't there. I mean, when you go into these high school gyms, especially too. So there you go, up and under.
Well, I mean, just like you could
Still in
even
a bucket.
sell it with a laptop and have the laptop have like a super
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's only
super
part of it.
hotspot or
But
something.
that's only
Yeah.
part of it because you get in, then you have to get to YouTube, and YouTube's got to work, and the schools have to allow it, not have it blocked. I mean, there's
No,
just,
that's all. That's my point. It's just have.
it ain't easy.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's got to be a way
The
to do
magic
it.
key and the magic stuff.
there, yeah.
Paul Aderman texted me and goes, "No JV game." I go, "We're having
Yeah,
some
well-
technical issues," and he said, like with hockey, sometimes it'd work, sometimes it wouldn't. And I said, "Well, it always works for ESPN.
Right.
It does, right?"
Always.
But they
But that's their full-time job.
Oh yeah,
True.
Yeah.
and they have
And I
a
think
truck.
their equipment is probably a little bit more expensive.
They have their own satellite
Yes.
up in space.
Would you like to go there? Elon Musk. I want to go to the ESPN satellite.
I would just say there is no easy formula today, and I've been doing this for 15 years, and a lot of the issues are the same as they were 15 years
Really?
ago. Oh, yeah.
No way.
And I said 15 years ago, this will all be resolved, and the internet gets. But you go to a gym, and it's like, can I get on your internet? And they're like, I don't know. Or if you can, it's blocked. Or we're
Yeah.
lucky here at this school, you can get on it. But,
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
But it's not easy.
And sometimes they're good about sharing.
And sometimes they are, and sometimes they're not.
real sticklers about it.
Well, I don't know if I was the good luck charm for the Wildcats because when I left, we had a 6 to 7 point lead, and then when I came back, we were down by a point.
Well, we were.
And then I got here, and now we're back up to a point.
You were. Yep. Need you up here, Greg.
Yep. Westy, do you want to do the play-by-play in the varsity game,
no,
or how do you
no.
want to run it?
I'm just going to sit right here and make sure this thing's humming.
Okay.
And I'm going to sprinkle in a few gems every now and then, but that's all I got.
You got
get-
lots of gems. We're
Yeah.
looking forward to it.
Rip City!
4-point play, maybe?
The Riptide, Addie Tim with a 3. She gets hacked on the shot. She'll go to the line for the coveted 4-point play.
That's the most excited I've ever seen that
She
girl.
had a fist pump going.
That was amazing.
That was awesome.
And we got it on YouTube.
Yes, right.
Way to go, Westy.
Well, in the first half, just to catch you up, and I don't know if you guys already did that or not,
We
but
did a little bit of it,
Yeah,
yes.
we did.
Kaylin Jalowitz had 2 threes. Three threes.
3 third-pointers.
Three
Yeah.
third.
Yeah.
Melissa spit that one out in her absence.
I remember Tim had a little driver in the lane.
Maddie
She
Vitt.
caps off the 4-point play. That
She
puts the
got it.
Wildcats up by 5.
It has been a game of 3-pointers, though. I'm trying to think now because that Addie Tim hit one, Maddie Vitt hit one, Jalowitz has hit 3. So we've had.
Well, on Friday night at Eau Claire Memorial, that game was a 3-point barrage from both teams.
Yeah, it was.
Eau Claire Memorial hit
Ooh, big block.
Whoa. That was
15
big.
threes in that game.
Yeah, that was.
Uh-oh. Good job.
You don't see a lot of college, though.
Over and back.
Got her. Shoot.
Look at.
Dang it.
Look at Mr. Campbell in his most polite way. He's like, hey, that's over and back.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
You can't do that. You can't do that.
That was the most polite call I've ever seen. Like he was almost like he didn't really want to call it, but had to, and it was like handing them.
Westy, you've listened to this broadcast,
Oh,
this crew in this past, haven't you?
Oh yeah.
Just get ready.
Oh, yeah.
There's some cheering will be going on.
That's fine. That's
during the
good.
game.
We like it. We like
They
the mama.
cheer.
We like the mama bears getting
I
loose.
don't know. I got to tell you, we were listening to the boys broadcast on our way home from Cameron Friday night.
And did you?
And Deb
Deb.
Avestros.
She
I
was
said-
getting some cheering.
I said this is why we leave Deb's mic on because you're gonna get a mama bear scream every now and then.
Yeah.
She was really into it.
Downtown Maya Brown.
Oh yeah.
Up
Yeah.
and good. That puts the Wildcats up by 7.
Yeah, we let her just we don't put a leash on her and just let her go. And,
Let her roll.
And once in a while she gives out a oh no or woohoo or just
It's great.
yeah.
Papungatoa with the steal over to Vitt.
Kevin, sometimes you just got to let the dogs run.
You gotta let them run. There's some good stuff on if you let them run.
And
So-
then remind everybody in the audience that the dogs are volunteers.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's a good.
But when you let the dogs run, that's what makes it special. This is not a boxed sterile
No.
program. This is pretty organic, right? And you're
That's right.
you're gonna get a lot of stuff here you won't get on a typical broadcast. That's way better.
There's a lot. If you go to a lot of Kevin, if you go to a lot of parks out west,
Uh-huh.
and they have signs all over the place that say "Don't feed the bears," we feed the mama
We
bears.
feed the
we
bears.
feed them. We feed them.
Why wouldn't you?
And you got to let them eat.
A
let
lot
them eat.
A lot of people get nostalgic about the good old days, right? When there wasn't as many rules and things. This is like the good old days broadcast. Like we haven't been boxed in yet. We're still running free.
It's the Wild West.
We're still running free.
It's the Wild West.
These are the good old days right now.
That's right.
That's
know,
right.
I try to box
Westy,
him
we
in.
need you on more often. Can we get a fifth headset? Let's just.
These are the good old days because we haven't been boxed in.
That's so
I
true.
like your thinking.
And everybody like, remember the days when those guys used to broadcast those games and they used to say this and have those things? Yeah, we haven't even got a warning yet.
Yes. We still could never have my father on the broadcast, though.
Well,
Wait till they hand us the manual, right? And you stay within and we're not going to, this will be no good.
No.
It'll be no good. It'll be like every other broadcast.
That's
Pretty
right.
generic, so.
That's right. That's why we love Ted Lasso, right? When they put, what's his name? Missy. Roy Kent on the broadcast, and he was just
Oh, yeah.
epic. Epic.
Kevin,
Right.
have you ever seen that show, Kevin?
so good.
Best show ever.
I know Roy D. Mercer, but
Oh,
I don't
you
know.
gotta-
R.D. Mercer.
Gotta watch Ted Lasso. You would love it.
I've heard of him.
Westy.
When Kent is on the
When
soccer
Roy-
channel, it is, oh my gosh, it's next
Yeah.
level. It's
That-
so funny.
Tell your husband to plug in the mouse too, because it's dead.
Oh my gosh,
that's okay.
Justin. I'll tell him.
No big deal. I don't really care.
We
I
ha-
don't
you
need
know
to
what?
No, but he needs to be ready for Saturday. That's a
he
big
was-
game.
Westy,
Yeah.
Mama Bear Wilson has batteries in her
She does have
in her
some
purse.
batteries.
Yeah, batteries.
I don't go anywhere without him. I
Uh-oh.
usually have
You know they
the
have.
cord too.
You know they have A batteries and they have C batteries, but they don't have B batteries. You know why?
No.
It just sounds weird. Like what? I have A batteries and C batteries. What? But batteries?
But batteries.
Oh,
I mean, you can-
but batteries.
You can have batteries,
Well, that's
right?
brilliant.
Right.
But brilliant.
Right? You'd have A batteries and C batteries and D batteries, but it'd be kind of weird to have B batteries.
But batteries.
That is good information.
Right? It's you skip B. It could be B batteries, like you could have just a bad stutter or something.
See, if we were going by the manual, no one would know this
Nobody
information.
would know that.
No.
Nobody would. They would, because that is not in the manual. They'd keep you off of that.
That's right. Instead,
board.
you live and you learn when you watch the show.
It's a heck of a rebound by Maya Brown right
Yeah,
there.
it was.
I had one the other night, especially was not in the manual. So there's the two Godden brothers on the boys varsity team.
Yeah.
Know him well.
And one of them made a clutch three-pointer. That's a nice.
There's a clutch little baseline shot by the Riptide, Addie Tim.
So I think we were down by one, and one of the Goddens makes a clutch three-pointer from the
Yes.
corner, and then it just came out of my mouth. Oh my Godden!
Oh, that's fantastic.
So good.
That basket by number 24. Whoops, excuse me. Maggie Heineke.
And after I went, oh my Godden, then there was like a 15-second pause because I replayed it in my mind like 30 times. Like, can I say that? Is that okay?
Their mom, Melissa Godden, is a commercial lender at First National Bank.
Ah, there you go.
Who made that basket?
Addie Tim, she's taking her to the rack tonight.
But then I thought, you know what? That's just low-hanging fruit.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely.
Oh, my God. And the clutch 3.
I love it.
Well, Coach Zach Campbell has those boys playing well.
Boy, doesn't he?
He does.
He
Man,
does.
they play hard. I love it.
They're bought into the system, and they're playing well.
I'm going to say nine games out of every 10 games, if you play just lights out, hard defense every trip down the court, you're going to be in every game.
Yeah, that's right.
9
Yep,
out of
yep,
10
yep.
times.
Long 3.
Long 3 there by number 12, McKenna Richter.
Well, Greg, I think your assessment was absolutely right on. You came back, and suddenly we're up by 9.
Yeah.
4:50 left to go in the second half, 30-21.
There you go, Maya.
Inside to Maya Brown. She gets her own rebound, steps
Nice.
back. Her dad was talking about that move right there at the table on Main this morning when I was eating some breakfast.
Just
About getting it, kind of using her body, backing up
Yeah,
and getting
yeah.
in a good position to hit the layup.
How was breakfast?
It was outstanding.
So good.
Table on Main, they serve up a pretty good dish, don't they?
I don't know where they buy
So
their
good.
like where they get their bacon, but their bacon is outstanding.
Have you ever had bad bacon? Let's be honest.
Well, not
No.
too many times, but once in a blue. I've had better bacon.
Maddie
Like,
Vitt,
like
Yeah.
I haven't.
two?
It's like Timmy Burns saying that he's never met a pizza he didn't like.
Right.
But there is better pizza.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 It's a good point.
That's a good move there
yeah.
by McKenna Richter. Quick to the hole. Well, Kevin, it's going to be a big game tonight at the varsity game. New Richmond and River Falls kind of had a little rivalry going
Little tussle.
all the way back since probably about the back in the days of travel basketball.
Oh,
A lot of the same girls playing on both teams.
can't wait.
Matched up a few times over the years against New Richmond. Ooh, do I see the band filing in? I think I do.
There's
Yeah.
instruments.
Oh, fun.
Excellent.
Excellent. We may have to heat up the court, Mike.
Marty Harem was out putting some sandwich boards out on 2 spots on Main Street.
I saw that.
For-
Was that him who put those
Marty
up?
Harem wanted to get some more fans in the stands.
Oh my god.
For his cousin-in-law.
For his cousin.
His cousin-in-law.
I
Yes.
saw the sandwich board at the corner of Cemetery and 29 going out of town. I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think he put one there on Division in Maine.
Yeah.
well done,
Well,
Marty
Used,
Hammer.
used the Fighting Fish. I gave him the key. He used the Fighting Fish sandwich boards.
I think he deserves a clap, clap, clap.
Yeah.
Right,
Sure.
What, get up on the emojis, hit the story yourself down a clap,
I talked
clap,
to
clap
Marty
for
Harem. He was a color commentator once or twice
Once
this
he
year.
did. He filled in once, did a real nice
He
job.
loved it. He had a blast.
Good.
There's a bright future for that kid.
Kevin, and you know his brother Jack
Yeah.
coaches with the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah, he's on there's Bucks.
You want to know his greatest claim to fame, though? The
Well,
celebrity
he
softball tournament on my team where
One-
we were the champions.
One claim to fame is he played pro
I mean,
baseball.
let's just say that's,
That's
his
right.
biggest claim to fame.
That's pretty good.
Celebrity softball.
He played pro baseball. That's a claim to fame.
I don't
It's
know.
one.
The
but-
Almost-
celebrity softball game
Almost
is
as good.
the bigger deal.
Yeah, almost
okay?
as good as celebrity
And
softball.
he won the minor league home run derby with the top players in the world.
I know, Gray.
That's kind of a claim to fame. So
Again,
he's not a bad
that's
baseball
one.
player.
Depends on how
Big
you look at it.
That's big
He's
stuff.
not a bad
Big
baseball
stuff.
player.
Every
But
time
yes.
I see him, I go, "How's my all-star?"
But his celebrity softball exploits. And you know he was doing that too. Like he would not. He was just. He
He's
didn't
trying
want.
not to hurt anybody.
Yeah.
He didn't want to hurt anybody. He was barely swinging, and I'm
I
like,
know.
Marty, there's about half the crowd here came to watch you hit a home run. Will you quit screwing around and hit a home
Just
run?
hit one.
And then
Just give us one.
he hit one about that almost hit a hole in heaven,
That's great.
and it came down about 20 minutes later, and it went over.
It's so
he
great.
hit it so high he didn't want to hit anybody in the head, because he would have though. If he would have drilled one at third,
Yep.
somebody would have
Oh, yeah.
died. It's kind of like a boxer that can't get in a bar fight.
Oh, nice move, Maya Brown.
Downtown Maya
Great
Brown
job.
up and under. You can count that one. Wildcats just like that, up by 14 if my math's correct, Melissa.
Good job by Maya to use that backboard, too.
They were up by a point with about 6 minutes left in the game.
Yeah.
And with 1:54 here in the second half, 37-23, that's your score. Wildcats on top. Now in the game for River Falls, number 45, Avery Butler, and number 23, Lauren Schulte. Westy, you were a hockey player, right? So
I played hockey and baseball and football until my sophomore year.
Chad Jensen, welcome to the program.
What position did you play in football?
I was a quarterback, actually.
You were?
Yes.
Kevin, is that
And my dad, I was pretty good at baseball, and he said, I was small, and he said, you need to quit football and do some pheasant and duck hunting with me in the fall. He goes, you'll thank me someday when your knees are still good. And you know what? It probably was a good decision. I liked playing football, but I liked duck hunting and pheasant hunting in the afternoon after school, so that was good.
Yeah.
And I'd stayed healthy. So
is that story true that your bride, Colleen Westhouse, when you first met her, when you told her that you played hockey,
right.
that was a true story?
That's an absolute true story.
When she told me that, I mean, I died laughing.
What's the story?
Because I was playing hockey at that time, like semi-pro, and she's like,
met her in
I'm like, I play hockey, and she's like, oh, I'm impressed.
But with an eye roll.
Not really.
Oh
with
yeah,
an eye roll.
like totally not. I'm like, well, that works at home. Did not work.
Well, it did because you ended up marrying her.
Right.
So she said it didn't work, but it did.
It did.
It did.
Long, long time ago.
Well, Westy, we're gonna get. So I have the script here for halftime, but I was gonna play the Wipes Not Pipes.
Oh yeah.
Right when halftime started.
Fantastic.
But Jenna Lawrence from the wrestling team is going to join us briefly. So we'll play what we'll do is we'll open up when we come back and we start the broadcast. And we'll open it up. We'll talk. We'll introduce a few things, and then we'll go to the Wipes Not Pipes, and then we'll come back.
Okay, so I have to get out of this too because I have the wrong Wirecast template pulled up. I've got the I've got to go back and I don't have those pictures loaded up.
Well,
there's a whole bunch of stuff.
Well.
You sound like Justin.
I mean, you think it's like if I had an hour, I could get it ready right now.
Well, if
it's
we're
not like.
I'm glad Jenna is coming. Jenna Lawrence is coming because if we can't get into all the stuff, then it is what it is.
Will you ask Jenna Lawrence?
I can get into it, but you have to get it out of the emails onto the computer, from the computer into the software, onto the software, lined up. I'm doing my best Justin imitation right now.
Stand up and clank the steins together in Hamburg, Germany. Mia
We've
Uhl
heard
with the bucket.
say it lots of times.
Antony. We've named Justin Antony because that just sounds like a Godfather Jr. kind
of
name. Did you know that?
What'd you call him?
Antony.
Antony?
Antony.
Doesn't it sound Italian and
kind of an Italian way to say Anthony. Antony. Or we just call him Ant for short.
No.
There's a long three-pointer by J.C. Wall, no good.
Yeah.
She gets her own rebound, kicks it back to Hannah Tyvel. 32 seconds left in this ball game. Wildcats are going to get the win here, up 16. From about the 7-minute mark all the way to the final horn here, this game was all River Falls. Yeah, so Westy, we can run it bare bones tonight.
I'll just give you an example. So last night when I was at home, I was having a couple issues with the monitor and some of my stuff. I had my stuff at home for 3 hours last night. I was messing around with stuff. I mean, just because you gotta do that. I mean, that's what it takes.
Were you also multitasking?
I was watching
a show.
So I had TV on, but I wasn't really paying attention.
Yeah, it's hard to focus.
Right, but yeah, I mean, I'm like, running at the buzzer.
Addie.
Well, hey, ladies and gentlemen,
we're going to count that? They're going to count that?
Oh, yeah, they counted it. 41-23, that's your final score. River Falls gets the victory. And we're gonna shut this one down.
So log off here. People, go back on to River Falls Sports and then find the varsity game. We should be